Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another edition of 10 Unedited Minutes with Marlena. It is Friday, June 19th, and today's episode is brought to you by my sweet, dear, amazing friend, Rebecca Conklin Kleibomer. I'm going to get into my, this is probably day 2 of dedicating this podcast to Rebecca, and we're going to tell a little story about her here in a minute. But first, if you're following me and you're just listening to these episodes in succession, I did not record yesterday. So yes, you did hear that right. I went from Wednesday to Friday. But yeah, that's right. But yesterday was just a crazy day. That's all I could say about it. It was just a crazy day. So anyway, my sweet dear friend Rebecca Conklin Kleibomer, here is our memory today. We are back in the newsroom at the Courier, and for those of you that are new here, Rebecca and I met at the Courier. It's a newspaper in Findlay, and she worked in the newsroom. I worked in pre-press, which was on the opposite sides of the building, but I would have to go over into the newsroom quite often to work on their Mac computers. That's where they had them. And if we would get, an ad in on a disc back then, I guess it was, that was where the ad was created on a Mac, I'd have to go back there and do it. So Rebecca's desk was close to the Mac computers. The photographers used them daily. And she probably does not remember this whatsoever, but this memory actually popped in my mind this morning while I was getting ready. And this is the moment in our friendship that I realized that Rebecca is a true, honorable friend. And she is going to go to bat for you. She is going to stick up for you. And she will go to hell and back for you just because she loves you and she's your friend. So I'm not going to name names here, but there was another, one of our coworkers standing there having a conversation with Rebecca. I don't remember what the conversation was about. I just remember, and I could still see her standing there in front of Rebecca's desk talking to Rebecca. And she said something to Rebecca, and it was negative about somebody. And the person that the person that our coworker was talking negatively about was one of Rebecca's friends. I don't remember who it was. I don't remember the conversation. The only thing I remember is Rebecca saying to her, "Listen, that is my friend. And if you are going to speak negatively about her in front of me, then you and I can no longer be friends. And you and I can no longer have conversations such as this. You will not speak negatively about my friend." I don't even know if Rebecca knew I was standing there or sitting there, but I just remember looking up and going, yep, that affirms that her and I, we're going to be good friends. Everybody needs a friend that will go to bat for them. Everybody needs a friend that will stick up for them. And everybody also needs that friend that will be brutally honest with you when it's necessary. And that is my friend Rebecca Conklin Kleibomer. Love her dearly. I love that woman dearly. And I thank her for supporting me and supporting this podcast. So let's get into it today. Who out there listens to the Mel Robbins podcast? Mel Robbins is the number one podcast in the country right now. I'm pretty sure she's right up there with Joe Rogan. And for some reason, it because I subscribe to the podcast, obviously, but it pops up in my car whenever I'm driving. So her episodes are usually an hour to an hour and a half long, and they usually contain a world-renowned expert. And yesterday, well, it was yesterday when I listened to it, I guess, but I think Mel Robbins only posts twice a week. But this specific episode was on how to get a better night's sleep. And I think everybody in this country could, take a little lesson on how to fall asleep faster, how to sleep better, your girl included. But this one struck me because I felt like it was profound. And she gave 7 sentences to give you a happier, more positive, and well-rested night of rest. And she obviously went into, an explanation with each one of these sentences. I'm not gonna dig deep into it like she did. But I think what she did is she took several of her episodes where she had an expert on and just kind of combined them into one, because it was just her speaking. So step 1, she said, the first thing you need to do when you get into bed, you put your head on that pillow and you lay down. She said that a lot of people will lay down, me included, and their head hits the pillow and they start relaxing, and immediately their mind just starts going a million miles a minute. Your mind starts racing. What can I do? Who did I talk to today? Why did that person make me mad today? Blah, 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 blah. Or if you are specifically overwhelmed by something and you continuously think it. So the number 1 sentence that she said is, tell yourself, it's okay for me to feel overwhelmed based on what's going on. So a little bit of self-talk when you go to bed, right? And I think what Mel Robbins was getting at was the first step in solving anything personally is to acknowledge it, right? Acknowledge the problem, acknowledge the feelings, acknowledge what's going on. And that's step 1 to fall asleep. So step 2, according to Mel Robbins, is I can manage this. Tell yourself that. I can manage this. Whatever you have going on, you can manage. Listen, if you're still sitting here listening to this podcast, everything you've gone through in life, you've survived. Think about that. You've survived every obstacle that you have gone through in your life. So tell yourself, I can manage this. Number 3, tell yourself, I don't need to solve this right now. You're going to bed, guys. Tell yourself, you'll solve this later. I do not need to solve this right now. Number 4, which is my favorite step, tell yourself, I did my best today. And believe it, because you did. You did. You may not think it. I tell myself all the time, oh, I wish I would have given, a little more here. I wish I would have given my 100% there. But you survived it. You're still here. You're still laying in bed, getting ready to close your eyes. So you did your best today. Number 5, give yourself permission to rest. That is so important. You guys, that is so important. I think Americans today need to think that they always need to be doing something. They always need to be working, trying to make money in this horrible economy, everything. But step number 5, tell yourself, now is my time to rest. Step number 6, I want you to say this and I want you to believe it every single night. Tomorrow is going to be a good day, no matter what. No matter what. Tomorrow's going to be a good day. Tell yourself that. Don't tell yourself, oh my gosh, I got this big event coming up that I've been dreading for the last month. No matter what. Yeah, you're going to go to this event and you're going to get through it. Remember? Tomorrow's going to be a good day. And it's going to be a good day because God allowed you to wake up that day. And finally, give yourself permission to drift off to sleep. Tell yourself, I give myself permission to drift off to sleep. and go to sleep. I know it's not that easy, right? Easier said than done. But if you tell yourself, physically tell yourself these 7 things, according to Mel Robbins and according to all the world-renowned experts that she has interviewed and researched over the years, these 7 sentences will help you fall asleep. It'll allow you to be happier, more positive, and give you a better night's sleep. One other thing that I'm not sure if it was this episode or another one that I listened to of hers that I think is important. She stressed about, she talked about mental health, and one of the experts that she had on her show said that if you are going through a major life-changing event, it's okay to feel how you feel, right? Everybody has feelings. Everybody experiences sadness, anger, frustration. And if you are going through the loss of a loved one and you're sad, that's okay. That's a healthy feeling. If you went through the loss of a loved one and didn't show sadness, people would be worried about you, right? You're married. You just got married. You're on your honeymoon. You should be happy. You should be positive. You should be looking forward to the future. That's good. That's a healthy feeling. If you don't feel those feelings, your spouse is going to be like, what the hell? Did you not want to marry me? You have to acknowledge the feelings. The first step in solving anything is acknowledging the problem. And the second step, I think, is open communication. Communication solves everything, guys. Think about that. Communication solves everything. Okay. That's it for today. Our 10 minutes is up. Hopefully this inspired you. I'm hoping this inspired you to go listen to that Mel Robbins podcast because she is so inspirational. She's one of my favorite podcasters. Yes, her podcasts are an hour and a half long, but break them up. I listen to them while I'm in the car. It might take me 2-3 days to listen to one podcast, but they're well worth it. Mel Robbins is a very positive person. She's intelligent. She interviews some very intelligent people, and her podcasts are always uplifting, and insightful. Anyway, go out there, search her. She's just like me. She's on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Amazon Music. She records her podcasts on YouTube, just like me. So go out there, subscribe to 10 Unedited Minutes of Marlena, and then go and search Mel Robbins and subscribe to her podcast as well. All right, guys, that's it for today. Thank you for listening. Thank you, Rebecca, for sponsoring this episode, this podcast. I love you dearly. I cannot wait to share tomorrow's memory about you. And you guys have a good day. And tonight, tell yourself those 7 things as you drift off to sleep. I love you. Pray for me. I pray for you every day. And we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.